Today, we'll be talking about object relationships in Oracle Sales Cloud. Um, so for some time, we'll go through this PPT, and then I'll share what is relationship and how to create relationship. What are the different types of relationship available? And so those topics will cover in PPT, and after that I'll go to the environment, and then I'll show you how to create a relationship between two objects, and then adding some security to custom object. Why security is needed for custom object. So that and all we can cover in the last part demo. So types of relationships. So basically, suppose, for example, relationship means, so we have account and contact, right? So we need to know this contact is belongs to which account. So for that, we need to build some relationships. So to know the relation or something between two objects, we have different types of relationships. The very first one is parent-child relationship. So under one object we can create multiple objects under that object. So the main object will act as a parent object, and if we create a child object, so it will depend on the parent object. So in case if we delete that parent object, all the child records will also get deleted. And dynamic choice list relationship. So this is a one of the type of field. Like if you remember in yesterday session, so we have a one type of field called fixed choice list and dynamic choice list. So in dynamic choice list, we are referring some other object data. So if we create that kind of a field, we can see there will be a relationship created between those two objects. Like this, we have a reference relationship and many-to-many relationship as well. We'll talk about first parent-child relationship. Parent-child relationship is also one of we can consider as one-to-many relationship, because so one parent can have multiple childs. So that's why we can consider this as a one of one-to-many relationship. So this child object, it doesn't have it is depends on the parent record. So what will happen if we delete a record of parent? The child record will also get deleted, because uh, uh, it doesn't have like own work area, we call it. And then the second one is dynamic choice list, right? So this is one of the field type. So while creating fields for an object, we can create that type called choice list, and then dynamic choice list. So it holds the values of another object. So suppose in contact object, if we create like we have a account object, account DCL, account field or account dropdown. So there we can see the values of accounts accounts available in the system, or accounts created in the account object. So in application composer, like once we create this one, this dynamic choice list, so we can in the backend it will create one-to-many relationship between the source and target object. So it means like if we create um, if we create in contact, if we create a DCL called account, so we can select uh, in contact we can select in contact one we can select one account one. So the same account we can select in contact two also. So here we can see the relationship is one to many. So one account can be selected in multiple contacts, but uh, we can't select uh, yeah so this is called one to many relationship. So m to m means many to many relationship means, so in both the objects we can select multiple records. Like suppose example is in one contact we can select multiple um, like if we have an option to select multiple accounts. So and at the same time for one account, if we are able to select two or more contacts, so then that kind of a relationship is called many to many. So I'll come to this reference relationship. So just many to many. Just I explained. So once we create this many to many or one to m relationship, so we can't delete that relationship. So we can, if we want to change something, we need to create another relationship, but we can't delete this relationship. I'll go to reference relationship. So reference relationship is nothing but it is same as dynamic choice list relationship, but only there is only one change. So in dynamic choice list relationship, so we will go and we'll create a field. But in reference relationship, directly we'll go to relationships tab. So there we'll just select source object and target object, and then we'll create relationship. So if we create like this, so we will not get a field like we create here field, right? So we will not get that field, but we can add a subtab on the object. Any questions here in this four types of relationships, or any confusion?
No, no, everything is fine.
Okay. So after creating relationships, so we can add the source objects or source object as a subtab. So that is suppose if we create a account, uh, mm, if we create a m2m relationship between account and contact, so then what we can do, we can add account subtab in contact object and contact subtab in account object. So that is possible in m2m relation. But when it comes to one to m relation, so if we create one to m relation between account and contact, so then we can add subtab in account object. So it means one account can have multiple contacts. So if we create M2M relationship, so from both the objects, we can add multiple records. So now we'll see in the application. So, so to create any relationship between two objects, we should go to application composer after activating application composer tool in sandbox. So now I'll expand some custom object, and here I'll take any one custom object. So if we see here, okay, it has already contact relation. So we'll take some other object. Okay. I'll consider this coaching as a object. So here, so first one is parent-child relationship, right? So I want to create a custom child object under this coaching object. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just click on coaching, and so I'll get the object overview page. So where I can see display name, API name, and all this changing icon, and what are the child objects available for this object, and the related object. Are there any related objects? So all I can see. And one more thing, like the difference between child object and related object is, so once we delete a record, all the child objects data will also get deleted. But when it comes to related objects, so only then that relationship will break, but the the related object record will still be there. So those related object data will not get deleted, but when it comes to a child object, it will also get deleted. So now I'm clicking on create child object. So I'll give courses as a courses as my object name. Then I'll choose it as automatic record number. And then I'll create, we'll click OK. So it will create object with parent as coaching. So in child object also we can create fields, we can create scripts, we can create, so everything we can do. We can control security, we can provide security. So everything we can do for this child object also. And one more thing, this child objects cannot be exposed to the users individually. So that means, so without parent object, we can't access this child object. So the only way to expose this child object is to the end users is, so under parent object, like in coaching object. So we need to create a new sub tab, and there we can add this child object, or we can create some field sections in coaching object. So there also we can add. But individually we can't add this child object. Yeah, child object created. So we can see now under coaching. So I'll collapse this, and then now I'll expand. So we can notice under coaching object, so it created as a child. So now again I can expand courses. So we can see same options available for coaching. So in yesterday's session, so first we'll change this course name to course number, because it's a ID. It's a we are generating automatically, right? So we'll consider this as a course number. Okay. In custom section, we can create a new field with the text type, because it's a course name. So we can also create a fixed choice list if it is a, if we don't want to enter the name by end user. So for now, I'll just create a text field, that is course name. I'll simply save. So now I want to add this child object in my parent object. So that is in coaching object, I want to add as a sub tab, and then I can create under coaching itself. For that, what I'll do, I'll go to pages in coaching, and there I'll create a new sub tab. So in detail page, we can add a sub tab, right? So for that, I'm going to detail page, and here we have an option to create new. So if we come down, we can see add sub tab. So we can click here to add sub tab, or even we can add the in as a section also. That also we can see later. So now in this screen, we need to select, so from to create sub tab, from where is the source, like whether it's a child object or related object. So in our case, we created as a child object, right? So I'll select as child object and then I'll click next. So in the lists data objects, I can see courses that we just created. And here we can see course number and course name, and then created by last updated. That's all I want. I'll just save and close. So now if I go to the coaching object, and if I open any existing record, or I should see this subtab.
So
Yeah, something you are saying?
yeah, and also you have created the child object in under the coaching, right?
Yeah.
So is any relation is created to make it visible under the coaching?
Yeah, we added a subtab, right? First, we created a relation between those two objects, and then we added as a subtab. So in
That
parent object, we added as a subtab of this
so
child
when
object.
we add child under the parent, automatically it generates relationship, or we need to make by ourselves to.
No, it will generate. It will generate because we to generate automatically that relationship. So for that reason only we added relationship. We created relationship. Means we added as a child objects.
Okay.
So so while creating child object itself, we selected parent object is coaching.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't need to like give a separate relationship while creating a record.
Okay.
Yeah. So because of this expression, we are not able to see the icon. So this expression means if this user is having this role, so then only this icon will be visible. So what I'll do for now, I'll just click on S. I'll put S so that this coaching icon will be visible for me in sales performance group. Now I'll go to navigator. I'll search for sales performance group. Sales performance. So click home and then we'll come back. Looks like that subtab itself or that group itself is not visible to us. So again, we'll go to structure and we'll see is there any restriction for that group itself. So sales performance, there is a expression. So again, we'll remove that expression. So it means it has some expression. So if we have some roles or some condition, then only it will be visible. So now I'm removing that expression and I'm showing to everyone. So if we are in a fresh environment, we don't see this much, this many customizations. But since it's a demo environment, so we are seeing this additional things. but this will be useful to debug. So now we saw why that object is not visible. So we searched we tried to debug like from security, from pages, and then from structure. So in this 3-4 levels we can check and we can debug like what is the cause for this issue, or why this icon is not visible to us. So now I'll open any one record. Uh, so under this sub tabs, a last sub tab is the one we created. So here we can see create button. So after just creating, it just created as a record. So we need to provide a course name here. So I'll save this record. So it will generate course number automatically. So if you want if you want to add more courses, we can just simply create. So in this particular case, we can see for one coaching record, we are creating multiple courses. So this is nothing but 1 to m relationship between coaching and courses. Okay, some script or something is erroring out because of some customization. So, but this is how a record will get created. So if you want to create one more record, so we can do like this. So it is created. Now we'll again check the created records are available or not because of that error. Yeah, it created. So this is called the parent and child relationship. Now, if I delete this particular record, so all these two records will get deleted. So that we can observe, like if we create some other course in some other coaching object, we can see the sequences will be 0, 3. So it means it is deleted and it will start new records. Even if we don't delete, it will still start with the 003, but this records will not be available in this particular child objects. That's what I want to convey. So then the other relationship is one-to-many. One-to-many, like in one topic we yesterday only we covered, that is creating dynamic choice list. That is yesterday we created ticket as a custom object, and then we created a DCL called account, right? So so there one to m relationship created between account and that ticket object. So for one account, one account can be associated to multiple tickets. So that relation is called one to m relationship between account and ticket. So then we can create a m to m relation also.